Hey guys, welcome to the Gentlemen's Club Week 3 recap. This is your commish coming at you live. Want to start off with our first matchup and do things a little different. Did a little post game interviews with the winners this week, so I'll be kind of jumping back and forth. So bear with me as we get through this session. But week 3 saw some crazy games. It was kind of an odd week in the NFL, along with protests and stuff like that. But also we saw a ton of upsets. Yours truly had to watch the Broncos lose and the Cardinals lose, so that was difficult. But let's start off with matchup number 1 is Jason Lumen and yours truly, 119.6 to 90. Lumen goes down. Not only does he only go down, but he goes down with 2 of my running backs, not even running really. So it really shows you the depth that Lumen has. I'm worried about your team, Lumen. You are consecutive weeks now in the under 100 club. You are dubbed the president of the under 100 club. So hope you make some changes here, man. Hunter Henry giving you a 0 didn't really help. Cardinals defense giving you a 0 didn't really help. Picking up that Tavecchio kicker from Oakland Raiders didn't really help. So gosh, you need a lot of help. That word's popping up a lot. So we'll move on to our next matchup. Kurt Warner's boy toy. So Mikey T versus Cage. What an interesting matchup. Mikey T comes away with the win at 158.8 to 96.1. Gosh, I gotta say, Tom Brady is carrying your team, Mike. Arch nemesis to the Broncos anytime we play, but your boy Brady's carrying it. He scored over 40 points for you this last week. And McCaffrey's turning into a nice little PPR stud, I must say. Reminiscent of little Danny Woodhead action. Cage, gotta ask you some questions, man. Was the Stephon Diggs trade worth it? Was it worth it this week? That coupled along with Jordan Howard on your bench with 32 points, you could have snuck away with a win this last week. But time will see, or will tell if that trade's worth it. Was able to reach out to Mikey T for some post-game comments about his win, and his comment was, quotes, boom. And that was it. So that's all I got. Moving on to the next matchup, we got Reggie versus Wyckoff. And gosh, this was an interesting matchup. Going into Sunday's games, Wyckoff already had Gurley go off for almost 40 points. Coupled with Brandon Cooks going off on Sunday with 30 points, substantial lead. But Reggie comes through with some Larry Fitzgerald action on Monday Night Football, 34.9 points from Fitz himself. I think it was 40 career games with over 100 yards. So Fitz showing some really good value. I gotta say, Reggie, great win for you, 146.5 over Wyckoff, 126.2. Wyckoff, I got, Phillip Rivers, man, really let you down. 3.5 points on your QB. Not that I would ever have started Kaiser, but he was on your bench at 24.1. You could have won. Just saying. Reggie team looking and shaping up real nice. Follow up with Reggie for some post-game comments. And Mr. Reggie said, Larry is the GOAT. Todd Gurley ain't got shit on Dalvin Cook. End quote. So that's what I got from Reggie for some post-game commentary. Pretty interesting matchup there. Moving on to the next matchup, we got Omar versus Steven Hofstetter. I gotta say, a little bad luck for Omar. Almost every player on Steven Hofstetter's roster went off. To Omar's defense, he probably would have been able to beat almost any other opponent if he played him this week, but you didn't. You played Hofstetter, and Hofstetter dominated you. 163.8, 144 for Omar. Hofstetter, I think that was probably the career game that you've ever had. Omar says his team is on the up and up in a post-game interview. Only time can tell. Stephon Diggs was a nice pickup, scored 40.3 points. You got AJ Green sitting there with 28 points. Russell Wilson gave you 37.5 points. Pretty solid week. Hoff, is this the year? Looking at your bench, man, you got a ton of depth. A ton of points left on your bench, but you didn't need them all. What you put up, you won with, so that was pretty neat. Looking up some post-game commentary, from Steven Hofstetter. He says, "My team is finally performing, but I would only call that 80%." He would only call that 80%. If that's 80%, I'm scared for the players he's going to be playing up next, not myself, of course. Moving on, we got ourselves Kokamish Gunn up against Kevin Moore. Gosh, Gunn, great win, 131.6 to Kevin Moore's 86.9. Another impressive win, Gunn. A. Brown, Devonta, and Carlos Hyde all going off over 20 points. Pop was trying a little Costas strategy there, running a dual tight end gamble, but I don't think it paid off because Kelsey only put up 1.1 points and Witten 1.3 points. So that gamble did not pay off. Followed up with Mr. Justin Gunn to ask him post-game interviews. He says, "I'm just going to keep putting up points," he says. "This is the week that Hoffen didn't go down." And he gives me a smoochy face emoticon. Very cute indeed. Moving on, we're going to go over to the last matchup of the week. This was probably by far the game of the week in my opinion. Costas versus Millardo. We got Millardo coming out of the woodwork for his first win ever. Welcome to the final, or the Football Fantasy League of 2017, Jim. 141.2 to Costas' 139.9. It boiled down to Monday Night Football, actually. Costas needed Chris Johnson in his flex to get 3.5 points for the win. That's all he needed. Chris Johnson only delivered 3.1 points. Bad win. And this is a tough loss despite for Costas. Hunt, Hill, and Grock all going off over 20 points apiece. So crazy win. And a great game all the way through Monday Night Football. Reached out to Millardo asking for some post-game comments on his win. And true to his nature, very humble, he responded with a, "No, I don't want to talk. I'm just going to keep on trucking." So that is your weekly recap so far. Give you guys some standings here. We got myself and Stephen Hofstetter at 3-0, and then Mr. Gunn and registered along with Mike Thompson at 2-1, a little three-way tie there. And then we got a slew of teams that are 1-2, and then Jason Lumen, you're bringing up the rear at 0-3. A little embarrassing. Hope you make some moves. I did forget as I was going through the game there that we had Mr. Rage Cage, also a member of the Under 100 Club. I believe this is the second week in a row for you, sir. And then Mr. Kevin Moore, 86.9. I hope you don't have a repeat because you also joined the Under 100 Club this week. And that can be embarrassing, especially with Jason Lumen at the helm. He's making a solid bid for that Dirty Sanchez trophy. Omar, looking forward to some pictures, and you may be passing it on to Jason Lumen if he keeps this going. Wrapping up, guys, bonuses start next week. So this bonus for week 4 is going to be the most receptions by a wide receiver. My guess and my thought is going to be Antonio Brown. I think Gunn might get it. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Good luck in next week's matchup, pivotal matchup in week 4 before some bye week start. Other than that, hope you guys have a great week and talk to you soon. Kamish out.